'Tis the season to shine with H&M. Discover the holiday collection and find fashionable pieces for your wardrobe or for under the tree. Get inspired and dazzle with this year's glam. From tuxedo styles, bow detailed pieces, impressive prints, and more. From unforgettable looks to unforgettable gifts. With fashion finds to home decor, find it all at H&M. Treat your loved ones and yourself this season. Shop in-store or at hm.com.
Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. My freaking nose has been bothering me all day. I hope I'm not getting sick, but looks like that might be the route. Hopefully it's not the route, and it's just my nose just being weird. But anyways, yeah, welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. In this episode, I think I'm going to do another one of them Ask Reddit question episodes because I like those. Those are fun. So, I don't know. I was going to talk about the two people. All right, before I even get into the Reddit questions, I just wanted to bring it to your guys' attention that there was two men that was, they managed to climb Trump's wall. So, yeah, this happened like a while ago. I don't know. I forgot to talk about it or forgot to mention it. And then, like, one of my friends, he's always talking about, like, just how crazy Trump is and things. And, man, I was like, I wanted to bring that up to him, but I straight up forgot all about it. But no, it's a good video. It's a good, heartwarming video. It was probably one of the best videos I had to say I've seen this year. But it was something that was like, okay, it's bound to happen. Like, Trump's acting like ladders and ropes and all this other stuff. You got people out there rock climbing freaking 200 feet, 300 feet, like rocks and mountains and all this stuff. You don't think somebody's gonna climb a wall? Like, come on, bro. Like, you guys gotta sit down and think about this stuff. But anyways, yeah, now to this Ask Reddit episode. First question. Every character played by the same actor is now a part of one continuous story. Which actor has the best story arc? Every character played by the same actor is now a part of one Oh, I get it. I don't know. Like, I feel like, see, I don't know, because there's a lot of actors that I like, and I feel like if they were all in one movie, that would definitely be a mega movie, no doubt about it. I feel like Will Smith, maybe his movie. I feel like that movie, but he already kind of did a movie like that. But I mean, the dude was an assassin, and he was also an assassin. I don't know. He did do a movie like that, the Gemini Man movie, which I haven't seen yet. I would like to see it, but I feel like if it was like Fresh Prince, Will Smith, iRobot, Will Smith, Independence Day, Will Smith, like all those. But what other actors? I'm thinking like maybe because like Jack Nicholson, like his Shining character, and then One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and then Departed. Like, man, that like then you like have them all in one movie. Yo, that should be like a series though. If it's not already, I mean that should be a series. Like that should be like some form of like a YouTube series or a TV show series, like, cause what, they got like that digital animation and all that stuff, so I say somebody should work on that. Somebody should seriously, use that CGI animation stuff, have them all in one. Like, man, I'm telling you, if I ever do, like, I should get into that stuff, like CGI creation and all that stuff, cause I create some things. I sit down and just be creating a whole bunch of stuff. Like, if it was easy to use and but eventually it will be, because I make so many videos and stuff. Seriously, that'd be a force to be reckoned with for fooling around with some stuff like that. Like, I definitely, that should be like a series though. Like, I will watch that, and it's like just all actors or but it's like each different role that they played. Then like that would be dope. That would be really dope. I'd invest in that. Next question. To every Redditor who feels lonely, hi, how was your day? My day was good. You know, but I feel like that's just something that a person experiences in life. Like, whether you're on Reddit or outside of Reddit, like, everybody, I feel like at some point in time, they feel every bit of life that they can possibly feel. So loneliness, depression, stress, like all the like negativity and all that crazy stuff in your life, like everybody's gonna deal with that. So it's just more so is like how you can overcome it, and then who are you going to tell, like telling your story and stuff on how to figure this stuff out and how to, like, get others to, like, same things that they dealing with or they do or that you were dealing with. They just they just overcome it and they power it out, and then it just keeps getting passed along, kind of like that old school game. What was that old school game when you had to whisper in a person's ear something and they had to whisper it back, but then by the time it gets all the way to the last person, like, you're all like, Batman was overall the best comic book character and stuff. Then they are like, Bats and Man were never characters. Like, they'll say some old dumb stuff like that. But no, I'm saying, like, just keep passing it on, but make sure the message is clear and stuff. So anyways, next question. What's something you refuse to try even once in your life? Your anti-bucket list. Probably like actual skydiving from a plane. Cause I'll never forget this video. This woman, she did that. Both her regular parachute and her backup parachute, they did not open, and she fell all the way to the ground. And it was like somewhat open, and it was somewhat like keeping her up in things, but she overall hit that ground hard. And I don't even know if she broke any bones or anything. It was like one of those like world wildest videos or something like that. But that what else? There's probably some other things on my anti-bucket list. I'll never like lay in a pit or a pool of spiders. I'll never do no crazy stuff like that. Nah, that ain't me. That's not me at all. I know I know people about like, oh, like throw a money amount at me. I'm like, nah, nope. Like I maybe skydiving, but you guys will have to put like a billion pillows underneath me. Like, and I mean a billion pillows. Like, I mean pillows stacked on pillows. So then, if I do fall, I'm going to fall on something cushioning and comfortable and stuff, and I won't hurt myself. But those are probably the two main things on my anti-bucket list that I won't do. But, I don't know. Probably be some other things that be thrown at me that I wouldn't do. But, yeah. Those are the two, like, number one and number two right now. But anyways, next question. What is something you only know if you grew up poor? I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say I grew up poor, so that ain't a question for me. But what is something you only know if you grew up poor? I feel like if I were to answer this question, I feel like there's things out there, like, cause I don't know, like I'll like hear about people's like their struggles and their stories and stuff of them being homeless or growing up in a poor neighborhood or growing up, cause Bruno Mars, he say he lived in like a zoo or something like that? No, I gotta look this up now, cause I ain't trying to make up no false accusations. Bruno Mars zoo home. I'm positive he was like on a video, yeah, growing up in a bird zoo. And it was a park. And it was like, yeah, I remember when that story came out. But, yeah, I'm like, I feel like that there's things that he knows that he wouldn't know. So I feel like that would probably be a question that you would have to ask him. Like, I feel like, you maybe work harder. I don't know. Like, you work harder and then that's... I don't know, because I wouldn't say that I grew up poor or anything, or grew up in a poor neighborhood and stuff, but I don't know. That's the question that's not for me, I guess. So, moving on. What do you regret finding out? What do I regret finding out? Finding out that Jack and Rose from Titanic wasn't real characters. That still hurts me till this day, like finding out that they wasn't real people, because I thought that they were real people for the longest. And I remember when I was reading it somewhere that they weren't, that they were fictional characters, and I was so upset. I was hurt. I was seriously hurt. And I'm like, this whole movie I had sat down and watched. Okay, experienced Jack and Rose's story multiple times. Possibly the best love story ever written down in movie history. And they're not real people. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So now, when I sit down and watch the movie Titanic, I don't even care if Jack got pushed off of that little board thing that he was hanging off on, because he's not a real person. I'm over here thinking like, man, out of all of this chaos, all of this stuff that was happening with this boat, there were 2 people that found love on this boat, and they're not real. They're not real. I know there's probably people still figuring, you probably watched that movie, you assumed, oh, okay, they based off of something that actually happened. These are real people. That's what I assume. They're not real. That's honestly the worst thing that could possibly happen. Like, I don't know why somebody would do that. Like, then watch. Then they're going to come out with another Titanic movie. Bet money they're going to reference Jack and Rose in there. Bet they are. They're going to probably have it where they're all like, they in the background doing something from the previous movies. I'm like, why? It ain't real. And it's going to be like the one Titanic movie where it is based on a true story. They had actual people from there and stuff. But but now sitting down and thinking about it, because if they would have just did it without Jack and Rose, like imagine that movie without Jack and Rose. It'll probably be like the first minute where they're showing the boat, and then all the scenes where it's like not involving Jack and Rose, and then just cuts to the part where the boat's like sinking and stuff. That's about it. That movie would be like, what? That movie was like 2 hours or something like that, 2-3 hours. That movie had been like 10 minutes maybe. So it's like, I guess maybe like add more of a story to it, but don't do that to us. Like, please don't do that to us. That's what I'm like now when I watch love story movies, I'm like, man, they ain't real. I'm like, it's like you can see where it's like a love story movie where it's like it's not real. But when they did that with Titanic, I was like, bro, I think that's what it was. I was like, I wanted to look up. I think I was like looking up what Rose did like after the boat had sank, and then that's why I figured. Found out that they wasn't real people, and I'm like, this is stupid. Like, who would sit down and do this to people? Like, I would never go and see a James Cameron movie again. And then I think no, Avatar had already came out, so I had seen that, and plus I've seen numerous James Cameron movies, but I still got beef with him. I still got beef with him. Like, that's something where it hit home for me. So no, James Cameron ever hears this podcast or this episode, like just know that I got beef with you, bro, because you hurt my feelings on that one. You hurt them a lot. So it's like over here thinking that they were real people and they weren't. So no, I'm hurt. Next question. This is for teachers of Reddit. What is the worst parent conference you've ever had? When does a teacher have a bad parents conference? Like, I don't think that that's even possible. Like, that's not, no, now I gotta look at answers. Because when all teachers out there, that's what they always do. They're like, oh, your kid, he is a great kid. He does his work. He always turns in his work on time, but he likes to act up in class. And there was this one time when I'm like, why are you gas my mom up thinking that, oh yeah, I got the greatest son in the world. Then all of a sudden, then you just like, oh yeah, he did this, he did that. Now I'm getting that look, and I'm like, that's no. That's no. I remember there was one teacher, because I remember that same day of the parents teachers conference, I remember I was turning in at least 20-30 games to get Battlefield 3. So I asked my mom, I was just like, oh, can you take me up to GameStops afterwards? Because I was like, I wanted to get this game on. My friends are playing it and stuff. So anyways, I go to his class. I think his was the only class? I don't really remember going to any other classes. I might have, but I just don't remember. But anyways, I remember him because I think I talked about him early on. I might have talked about them. He was the teacher that faked an accident. I honestly believe that teacher faked an accident just because I think I heard he was supposed to be retiring. Or actually, no, he did retire, I think. But before he retired, he got into this quote-unquote car accident. And yeah, it was like, you look, I remember the teacher showed us pictures of the car. It just looked like he just drove off the road. It didn't look like he hit anything. It was just grass and all that. I'm like, did a car hit him? Did somebody what happened? Did the invisible man just like straight snatch him out his car, beat him up a little bit, and then threw him back in the car? Like, what's going on here? Like, this, I don't understand how a car accident like that can cause, like, this man, they was like, he broke an eye socket, he broke some bones, he broke all these other things. I'm like, how do you get that much, like, bodily damage from just driving off the road? Like, it didn't even look like he hit anything. So, but anyways, before his quote-unquote accident, I went to his class for a parent-teacher conference thing. And so, yeah, I think he just had nothing but, like, I'm thinking in my head, like, bro, I'm doing all, and it was a computer class. I'm like, I live around computers. Okay, that's all I do. That's all I know is computers. Like, I grew up, like, not knowing what computers were, and there was just a day I just sat down, just did a bunch of computer work. I know computers, okay? Still, too, I'm recording this podcast from a computer. So my whole life is based off of, like, computers and stuff. And he over here telling, like, people that it's like, I think, what did he say? I remember he said something where it was just all like, you're purposely trying to get me in trouble, and I don't even know what I did to you. So I'm like, therefore, I'm like, yes, I do not like this class no more. And I'm like, I know my computer work. I don't know why they would put me in a class like that. I'm like, I'm always trying to go on the computers. Why would you try to put me in a computer class? Like, what is there to, like, I think, was it one of those? I think it was a typing class too. Like, and that's the thing I didn't like about those typing classes. I remember I had 2 computer classes throughout the times I was in school. And yeah, both of them where they're telling you, oh, you got to keep your fingers a certain way. I'm like, look. When I'm like, okay, so when I'm typing up stuff, like for an example, if I'm uploading a video and I'm typing up the titles, stuff for the description, tags, and all this stuff, I do not look where my fingers are at. And they overall don't want you to do that in the classes anyways, but I guess when you start off, like, you're supposed to keep your fingers on ASDF and JKL, and then that other button with the 4 dots or the 3 dots and then the comma and stuff. I don't know the exact words for it and things, but yeah, they're expecting you to keep your fingers on those. I'm like, I can't type like that. And then I'm supposed to like keep my hands in place but move my fingers. I'm like, I don't have the mind capability of doing stuff like that. I just start typing. And I remember I think the first teacher, she got on me about like having to, like, I don't keep my hands in place. I'm like, I can't keep my hands in place. Like, I'm not a keep in place type person. I gotta move around. I gotta be like, eventful with my body and stuff. Like, I don't even know if that makes any sense, but I just can't keep still and stuff. So anyways, yeah, I think it was that. And then, but with him, I can't remember what he said, but I was like, no, that dude, he's trying to get me in trouble and stuff. Like, nah, bro, like, what we can't talk in the classroom, okay? And I'm like, I ain't got no friends in this classroom at all. So I'm like, I think there was like, it might have, I don't know, I can't remember. I think it was there was a couple of girls in the classroom I was friends with, but we could barely talk. We didn't really start talking until after he got into his quote-unquote car accident. So we would crack jokes here and there and stuff. That was about it, but I was always the one that got in trouble. I'm like, man, you know what? These teachers, I swear, they just got a target on my head because I don't even be doing nothing to anybody. But anyways, reading. So the first guy, he said, from my wife, teacher of 5 years, 2nd grade parent, had earbuds in the ears the entire time, looked at her phone the entire time. My wife complimented her daughter and told her that she was doing well. The parent laughed and said she's a brat. Oh, wow. Wow, that's messed up. I'm like, your daughter's out here doing good, and then it's like, bro, you saying some stuff like that. I'm like, but that is rude, though. No, I have to say, that is rude. Like, people be doing that at my job, and I'm like, you don't realize you're gonna be around humans? Like, all right, yeah, forget what I gotta say. It's just, I don't understand why people, they be doing stuff like that. Like, get off your phones. Like, it's people, that's the stuff that I be wanting to say sometimes. And I'm like, nah, let me hold my tongue because I might make somebody upset. But I'm like, how is it that I grew up in a generation where phones was like phones is a thing. Like, everybody is on their phone. Everybody is just like, they're on their phone and, got to type up stuff, send out emails, post on Instagram, post on Twitter, do all these other things on their phone. They're overall on their phone 24/7. I remember when I was in school, I was barely on my phone. I was just like, I might listen to my music and stuff, but if somebody was talking to me, and I do that now, I take my headphones off, and I'll either like take one part away from my ear, but I'll turn my music down so I hear what they're overall saying. But I'm like, I'm not into phones and all this other stuff. Like, I guess if I'm by myself, then yeah, but if I'm with people, I never pull out my phone. I never pull out my phone when I'm with people. So I'm like, plus I'm like, then I follow a lot of models on Instagram and stuff, and then I don't want to open up Instagram, and then all of a sudden the model feels like, oh, I gotta post my new bikini that I got from Fashion Nova, and then people like, I'm like, I hate when that happens when I open up Instagram out in public and things, because I'm like, that's usually the first thing that pops up, and I'm like, it's never anything else. I'm like, man, I swear. I was like, there's a day where I was so tempted. I was like, I'm about to unfollow every single model on Instagram because you guys keep posting the same stuff. Like, please, like, freaking post yourself in some sweats or something, a hoodie. Like, you ain't gotta post this. Like, the Fashion Nova, they don't got no sweats and hoodies for you guys. Like, it'd be like middle of December and they posting this stuff. I'm like, man, you can, and they still know they're still doing that. And I'm like, I know it's 30 degrees everywhere. How are you still, they'll post that time about, I miss summer so much. I'm like, well, what are you wearing now? Because it has to be sweats. Post that, please. Like, dang, man. Like, I'm like, yeah. Whoever my future girlfriend is, I'm like, no, we gonna be a sweat family. We wearing sweats every single day. Even during the summer, we're wearing the freaking thin sweats. I don't know, but anyways. Next question. What is your favorite Gordon Ramsay insult? My favorite Gordon Ramsay insult is when, so there's this video, and I wish I could find that video. I can't even find it, but the guy was supposed to season his asparagus, and he didn't. He just, I guess, just left it sitting there and stuff, and Gordon Ramsay's like, look at that dude, like, did you season it? And the guy was just like, oh, I didn't know I was supposed to season it. And then Gordon Ramsay got in, like, not a full squat position, but he got into a position where he was looking that guy like dead in his face. And he was like, you're supposed to season your asparagus, you wombat. And I'm like, those are like words where it's like, you never hear them together. But that was the funniest thing ever. I was cracking up when he called that dude that. But it's like, it's just so many things from that man's videos where he's just going off on people, and it is the funniest thing ever, especially when they're at his restaurant. And there was the one girl when she was crying, like, screaming, Gordon, no. And he was all like, he's just like, get the F out of here, like, get out of here, or go upstairs and stuff. And I'm like, man, that is just funny. Like, Gordon Ramsay, I used to, like, I don't know, I didn't really, like, too much, like, care for, like, all of that stuff surrounding him, but now I'm like, oh, man, if I was a cook, I'd be like, yo, I gotta have my stuff, like, Gordon Ramsay, like, certified and things, like, no, I gotta, like, make sure that my stuff is, like, good, like, like, that's why I'm like, if I ever become a cook, as, like, Gordon Ramsay, he got, like, a cooking school or something, I'm like, bro, I gotta go there. I'm like, I always thought about it, because I'm like, I don't know, because I work around, like, food and stuff. I'm a cashier and things, but there's times where I'm all like, I wonder how I would be in the kitchen and stuff. Like, people might be all like, oh, you probably be bad and all this. Like, no, like, if I, like, studied, work hard, and did all this, like, extra stuff to be a good cook, I honestly think I would be a really good cook. I'm not going to sweat myself on that. That's actually something I'm thinking about, like, doing in the future, is making cooking videos. Actually, I was like, that's something that's been sitting on my mind for a while. So definitely, on my main channel, TMossBoss, expect that. I don't know. I don't even know what to. I'll probably start off doing some most simple stuff and things, but yeah, I'm gonna do that. Make some cooking videos and things, because I feel like that'd be pretty fun to do. So yeah, I start off small, then just end up. I'm just making make a Gordon Ramsay dish or something. Like, I wonder if he got if Gordon Ramsay got like a cookbook or something. Gordon Ramsay cookbook. He has to have one. Like, okay, cool. Ultimate fit food. Yeah, he got it. Yeah, I'm like, if I had looked it up and he had no cookbooks, he got like a home cooking. Okay, okay. Definitely going yeah, one of these days I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that. But yeah, I'm like, if that man ain't had no cookbook, I'm like, why are you holding your secrets? Like, that's one thing about Gordon Ramsay. I'm like, when he be like making some, or when somebody else makes food and he says that it's good, like, it ain't even my food, but when I see that, I'm like, I'm so happy for that person. I was just watching the video the other day and he was talking about how good the food was from a person, and I'm like, man, I feel so happy for that person. I'm like, that's kudos to you. Kudos to you. Like, I feel like if it's approved by him, then it's some good food, all right? So anyways, next question. Guys of Reddit, how do you feel about your girl wanting to kiss you after a sexual matter that contains the woman I don't want to say the exact word because I try to keep it PG with you guys, but a woman kisses you after she's had her mouth in. I'm pretty sure you guys understand the whole thing, like the story and where I'm going at, but if not, then y'all can look this question up yourself. But I don't know. Like, if she got stuff all around the face, then I'm like, I think you might want to go get a towel and, wipe that down a little bit, because right now you looking it's not right. It's not right. Like, that's, you're like, I ain't gonna say she ain't looking right. I'm like, you look right, but you just at the same time, like, I don't know. That's, you might, yeah, just quick wipe down. Here, I'll do it with you. Come on, grab her hand. We going to the bathroom. I'm like, yeah, let's just get this towel, put some soap, wipe down. We good now. All right. So yeah, let's move on. Then afterwards, but she just tries to like hurry up and go in. I'm like, yo, like, what you doing? Like, that's, I mean, like, it's yeah. I know there's gonna probably be. I feel like there's gonna probably be some women out there is all like, oh well, it's this, like, it's like saying some old, like, I ain't gonna say it, like, once again, PG for you guys, but I'm like, I'm not with that. So yeah, I think it's best, like, it's like, if I had stuff around my face, I expect her to tell me to like clean up first, and then then we can kiss and stuff. But yeah, I'm like, that's I don't know about that one. Like, that's it's, she's like, I would assume that she would clean up, but if she doesn't, then I'm like, like, maybe on the cheek, but nowhere in the lips area. Like, cheek, that's about it. Like, that's all I want. Like, that's all I want right now. It's like, but it's like morning breath. Like, if your breath's like, if it ain't fresh and things, like, I would expect like a mint at least. At least that. Like, I don't care if you get like some toothpaste and water, like, make some homemade freaking Listerine or something, and then do that something. But anyways, like, it's, come on, like, that's, can't get mad at me. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm kind of like I would have to say I'm like in the borderline stages of like a germaphobe and stuff. So I'm like, I don't know where, but I mean, it's like at the same time, it ain't like, I feel like germs ain't really a matter. If we doing that type of stuff, then germs are out the window and things. Like, we do, like, but I mean, we like a shower at least, like, we doing all this, yeah, like, yeah, we should, like, for getting all in my personal life, y'all don't need to, I don't approve, unless it's on the cheek, then cool. But anyways, next question. Doctors, what is the worst homemade cure a patient used for their illness? I'm not a doctor, but I feel like a patient should never use anything homemade for their illness. Like, no, if you got a serious illness where you need to go to the doctor, go use what the doctor recommends. Like, that shouldn't even be a question and stuff. But next question, how have your music tastes changed as you gotten older? I was listening to rap, and now I'm over here listening, because Spotify did this like Spotify rap thing. And no, I've listened to, they say I've listened to artists in like 30 different countries or something like that. And I know there's the one guys, I think I heard their music when I was like, yeah, because that song, their hit song, I would say it was their hit song. But It was in the trailer of Slumdog Millionaire, and there was this song called Happy Pola, I think, by this group called Sigur Rós. I think that's how you say her name. But yeah, like no, that song, to me that song slaps. Like I know people listen to that song when they think that I'm saying the song slaps, they're gonna be thinking I'm talking about rap, but then no, when you hear it, it's like one of those like I'm serious, like that song is just so soothing and relaxing. Like I could listen to that song all day. I have listened to that song all day. That's a really good song. What else? Another friend of mine, she got me into heavy metal. I never thought I would listen to heavy metal, but there was a day she was just sending me a bunch of artists that I was downloading a bunch of their music. I still listen to rap music. That's something I've been listening to since I was a kid. But what else? Yeah, my music genre just like my music taste has just changed like over the time. Like I think I had to say it started changing when I turned 14, and a friend of mine, she got me into dubstep. And I remember I heard that music for the first time. And it's like, I don't know if it's like I think it's more so the bass in music. Like when the bass of music, like when it hits me, I'm like, oh, well, I'm done. Save. Like, because I use Spotify, so save. But Spotify's been acting weird and stuff. Like, I'm like, man, like, I don't even know what's going on with them right now. But it's like, Spotify, fix your guys' app, please. Like, we talking music. We got to talk about Spotify and their app. It's acting weird right now. So please fix it. Like that's all I want. We need the Spotify that brought me to Spotify like a couple of years back and things. Right now I'm like, I don't know what you guys are doing. But anyways, next question. What's one subreddit you should never go on? What was that 50-50 subreddit? Where it was like, oh, it shows some cute cuddly dog and then it shows the same dog with its head cut off. Like, I mean, I ain't seen nothing like that, but they did have some crazy stuff on there. I had to say anything that has to do with that type of stuff. What other subreddits? Probably about it. Like anything that has to do with death. That'd probably be the subreddits I'll stay away from, but I'm probably going to record for like 4 more minutes, but like 10 o'clock because I want to go make me something to eat. I'm actually going to make me some chicken strips, guys. So, next question. If you had to guess, what's the ratio of an orange to blue arrows you dish out? What's the ratio of orange to blue arrows you dish out? I don't know. Like 0.0 maybe? I don't know. I don't be fooling around with orange and blue arrows, so I don't know. It's a good question. But next question. You can ban one thing in the whole world. What would it be? Drugs. Well, drugs that can kill you. Like, but anything else, like, yeah. But, yeah, like, drugs that can kill you, like, that can actually have you, like, OD and things, then, yeah, I think that'd be the best bet and stuff. That or Donald Trump. Probably those would be my two. Or like racist people. Like I'm like, nah, it's like you did racist people or drugs, bad drugs that can kill you. Like that and me, Donald Trump and racist people or drugs. So, but if I had to narrow it down, like I think I'd rather deal with a racist person than drugs. So, yeah, most likely drugs that can kill you and things. So, next question: people who hate people. What do you do for a living? Yeah, what do you guys do for a living? Because I honestly, people that are like that, like, oh my gosh, I hate people so much. Like, I don't want to be around them no more. But they look at me and they give me smiles, hugs, and kisses and all this other stuff. I'm like, what am I? Like, what am I? Am I not human? Am I not a people? Like, what's different? I mean, I'm like, I take that as a compliment towards myself. When a person complains about people all the time, but then they're hanging around me, I'm like, wow, then I don't know who I am then, but I take that as a compliment and stuff. But yeah, I'm like, what do you guys do for a living? Because I'm like, you guys, I know it's like if you work around people, then it's like, do you really hate people? Like do you like what do you like? You have a boyfriend, you say you love them, but then you like I don't know, like. Or a girlfriend, whoever, you say you love them, but then you turn around and be like, I hate them so much because they're people. Like, what? How? I mean, I don't understand that. But next question, what is the most stupid thing you believed as a child? Stupidest thing I believed when I was a child. probably like the Santa Claus Tooth Fairy type stuff. Like, I mean, it's something where it like, you know, you believe it, but it's like you gotta sit down and think about it. Why is a person out there collecting teeth, and how does Santa travel all across the world delivering presents, or what other stuff? Like, I think no, what's I remember my sister, she tried to convince me that we turn into mannequins when we go to sleep. And I'm like, what kind of and I was like, no, I was like, but I didn't believe it. I was just more so, it's like, I know she has to be joking. Because I'm like, how do you ain't never stayed up at a time where you're looking people? Because no, let me just sit down and explain to you guys our living conditions when we were like younger and stuff. So when we were younger, we lived in this apartment, this 1-bedroom apartment. Me and my sister, we slept on the floor. My parents slept in the bed. I can look at them, okay? I'll wake up in the middle of the night. I can look at them, all right? And then you can see the real skin, flesh, all of that, okay? Like, yeah, you might be like frozen like a mannequin in your sleep, but you ain't gonna actually turn into one. Plus, I'm like, my parents snore, so like, I ain't never heard no mannequin snore before, so somebody explain that one to me. Like, that's what I would like to know. They snoring, but mannequins at Macy's and J.C. Penney's and Nordstrom's, they're not snoring? That don't make any sense. Plus, I'm like, nowadays, mannequins don't even have heads anymore. So I'm like, my head disappears when I go to sleep. I'm like, man, I was like, she was telling me that. I'm like, how? I'm like, how? I was like, because I'm that person that likes to question the existence of everything. So when she tried to put that in my head that exists, I had to question it. And I'm like, how? How do we turn into mannequins when we go to sleep? I think eventually she just got annoyed by me just questioning it, so she just let it go. Because I'm like, no, it's like, you done brought this up. Like, now my family is involved, so I need to know. How is it that we turn into mannequins and stuff? Because it's something that I'm like, I don't trust it. I don't trust it at all. So, next, it's going to probably be my last question. It looked like a good question, too. So, you wake up as a dog. Now what? Dang. Like, what do you... Because I'm like, I can't go back to work. Like, I wonder, do I still have, like, the mind that I have, but like, as a human, but, like, I'm just a dog? Because if so, then I would probably try to turn on my phone and then be like, try to, like, text my supervisor, bro, like, bro, look, I'm a dog now. Like, if you don't believe me, do you want me to send you He probably still wouldn't believe me. He'll probably all like, so you're not going to show up to work today? I'm like, bro, I'm a dog. Like, I seriously then could, like, he still probably wouldn't believe me. Like, I felt like then I would have to show up to work, but I know I can't get on no bus. So I'm like, what do you do in that situation? Like, I'd be so upset because I'm like, what, like, I can't play video games. I can't, like, I'm sit here and try to make a YouTube video. That's going to be hard. Like, I can't do nothing anymore. Like, over here trying to make a reaction video as a dog. Like, I feel like it'll be entertaining, but, like, if I'm like, I will hope that I have, like, the same mind that I have as a human, but as a dog and stuff. But then that means I'm going to only be living for, like a few years and stuff. I mean, yeah, usually dogs, like, they live a while and stuff, but I'm like, me, I want to live all the way up until I'm, like, have at least, like, 80 more years or something towards my name, but I'm like, I don't want to be like, what, like, 10 years from now, then all of a sudden I'm an old, gray-haired dog, and I can't move around, I can't do nothing, like, no, I want to be then whoever my owner is, they're going to put me to sleep and stuff. Nah, man, I can't live like that. I'm like, or if they do put me down, do I come back as a human and stuff? Like, then I'm like, all right, cool. But I'm like, that's just kind of weird. But I'd be barking. I'll be going crazy because I'm like, ain't nobody listening to me. I was a young black male and now I'm a young black lab. Like, I don't like this at all. Like, I'm barking. That's probably why dogs be barking, because that stuff doesn't happen to them. They used to be a human. They are like, you always see them things on the new, on like when you get the junk mail, and there's like those bigger junk mails that they always have to fold up in the mailboxes and stuff. But you look at the back, and it's always that person missing. And then you be seeing dogs just running up on people, barking and stuff. That was that person. They're all like, look, now I haven't seen you before, but I know you can understand me. I used to be human. And you're all like, oh, that's a nice looking dog. They're a little loud. Start petting them, and then you get bitten on the hand, and the dog has to be put down and stuff. Like, there's probably a lot of dogs that was put down there. It's like, I'm telling you guys, I am human. Like, y'all need to understand and listen to me and stuff. But that'd be some crazy stuff. I'm like, nah, bro. Like, y'all, we gonna have to fix this. We're gonna have to fix this right now. Try to get one of them dog collars like they had in Up and try to talk to people like that maybe. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. It's been another episode of the TMossBoss Show. Thank you guys for watching. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe. Excuse me, however it's set up. And if you're purchasing tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss, and it will knock $20 off your first purchase. So, that being said, thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.